Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you all about the importance of goal setting. So I wanted to talk to y'all about goals. I wanted to share some of my goals with you, and I also wanted to talk about how you can make your goals actually happen. So I know that during January, everybody is excited and pumped for the new year. Everyone is writing down what they want to do. They're talking about manifestation. They're talking about what they want to achieve. They're excited because the end of last year is gone and they can get stuff done because it's the new year. Your goals do not end with January. Your goals do not end with February and March. Often I see people so excited about the new year, so excited about what they want to do, and the energy seems to dwindle down around March, and then you know how the year creeps up on you. You go through life, next thing you know, it's Labor Day, and you're realizing, oh my gosh, I only have 5 months left in the year, and I haven't done anything that I've set out to do. So one tip that I want to give you is that life is going to happen, and you have to know that up front. There's going to be things that come, and you're not going to expect them, and you have to just kind of know that it is just a season. It's not going to define your year. It's not going to ruin your day. And you can still get the things done that you aspire to do. Another thing is perspective is everything. The biggest lesson that I learned for 2019 was that I can choose my happiness. And my perspective really controls the way I steer my life. Keep yourself focused. And if you fall down or you have a moment, it's okay to feel that moment and embrace it, but don't let that moment, that season, keep you from moving forward. It's okay to feel down sometimes, but get yourself back up. Don't let yourself let half the year go by with unhappiness and frustration and feelings of not being good enough because of one incident. Don't let someone else's stuff prevent you from being happy too. Like, that's a big thing. I realize that I cannot fix everything. I cannot let my happiness be based on how me and my husband's relationship is going, or how he is doing, or how my child is doing, or how my dad is doing, or my sister is doing. You cannot do that, because if you put that happiness in the state of the next person, then you're always going to be a roller coaster, because you can't control their happiness. You can't control what they do. You cannot change people. You can only change how you react. So what that means is when things are not going well, if you choose to dwell on those things that are not going well, you tend to be less happy and less appreciative and less motivated to do the things that you aspire to do, because you are so focused and honed in on what's not going right. And I can't tell you what that means for you. I can't tell you how to feel, especially if you're dealing with depression or death or anything that's serious that could drain a person's mood. But one of the best things that I could have done for myself is start praying again, getting closer to God, and writing in my journal. I love to write. And even though I'm not the type of person that journals all the time, I made an effort to start doing that because it helped me to channel my emotions and see where I am and where I was and where I want to be. I used to write, but right before I was promoted into my career, and I would write what I wanted. I wrote down the salary I wanted. I wrote down the benefits that I wanted. I wrote down what type of work-life balance I needed for what I envisioned myself doing. And the crazy thing about it is, once I wrote it down, I would look back at it, I would reflect on it, and things started to align with my work. I don't want to tell y'all that you just write down on a piece of paper what you want and boom, out of thin air, you're going to get it. What I'm trying to say is you have to change your perspective and focus in on what you want. You can write down what you aspire to do. You can write down what you desire. But at the end of the day, if your perspective is clouded, it's going to be that much harder to get there. So I challenge you to find appreciation in the things that you have currently and work from there to get yourself to where you want to be. If you don't manage the money that you make now well, you will not manage more money better. You have to start with where you are. So you have to appreciate where you are in order to get to where you want to be and appreciate that. It's so funny how we often focus on where we want to be that we don't really take the time to appreciate the now. There was a time where I was in a toxic relationship. I was not happy. I was living at home with my parent, even though I envisioned myself living in my own place. I didn't really have a career set in mind. And I remember praying for those things. Well, in 2018, I really got most of the things that I prayed for, but I was often distracted by what wasn't going well in the present. So I found my husband, or he found me. We were engaged. We were about to get married. I closed on a home. So I wasn't living at home with my parents. And then that same year, I also started working using my degree and doing something that I actually enjoyed doing. On top of that, I became consistent with my channel again. That was really more so towards the end of 2018 and the beginning of 2019. But I pretty much had all the things I prayed for, even reaching 5,000 subscribers. That's a small YouTube goal for many, but that was a big goal for me because I want to start doing more brand work and sponsorships and things like that. And I'd always wanted to join FameBit. I think I had about 1,500 subscribers, and my friend had told me about FameBit, and at the time they didn't require 5,000 subscribers. They only required 1,000 subscribers, and I didn't sign up out of fear. And I was scared to do it. I didn't know, and I was young, and I didn't really listen to a lot of good feedback that I had at that time that really could have took me to the next level when YouTube was in a different space. But to make a long story short, I reached 5K, and now I'm eligible to work with FameBit. And I'm going to be doing more of that type of stuff because I want this to become a part-time job for me and less of a hobby. But I want to stay true to me and my purpose because I feel like I wouldn't have got here without being true to myself and being who I am and sharing those experiences. I don't want to become a YouTuber that's always like selling something to everybody to the point where my day one people don't even really want to watch me because they feel like I'm always selling something. But at the same time, I do want to feed my family and pour into myself and my goals and fulfill the life that I see ahead of me as well with this. So I say all that to say that there was a time where I didn't have this in this moment that I have right now. And last year taught me to appreciate the now. I'm not going to say I'm not going to get upset when I don't like certain things. I'm not going to say that every day will be perfect, but I started an appreciation challenge for myself at the end of last year, and I started to write down at least one thing a day that I was thankful for. And it was like I started to attract greater things once I started doing that. I started to feel better about myself. I started to feel better towards my husband. I started to feel better towards my job. I started to feel better towards my goals. And I felt happier. You know, 2019 was dark for me in many ways because my perspective was on what wasn't. Well, my husband's not doing this. My son's not acting well at home or not listening, you know, oh, I wish I made more money. But then at the same time, I needed to understand that this was more money than I had 3 years ago. A lot of my friends don't have what I have, and they're aspiring to be like me, and I don't even appreciate it. God is able. God has done so much for me, and it's time for me to appreciate. It's time for me to be accountable. It's time for me to be planful. By the grace of God, I am traveling this year. And it starts with just planning. There's a savings challenge that one of my friends shared. I'll try to link that down below. So just imagine if you did something small like that and then you look into streams for yourself. Once you get a career, that is not the time to just stop. I honestly encourage you, once you get a career that pays your bills, to look into other streams. I spent a lot of my 2019 doing that, and I felt like that really helped me realize, like, okay, this full-time job, my 9 to 5, it pays my bills. I live paycheck to paycheck, basically, because my husband is starting a business, and everyone knows when you start a business, it's expensive. There's a lot of things involved with it, and you're not going to just be making buku money when you initially start. So my income was really just going to bills with a little bit extra to save and pour into my emergency fund. But I'm not really living. I'm just existing, working, paying bills, being a mom, being a wife, feeling unfulfilled. I realized that there are so many extra streams out there. Yes, I'm talking surveys. Yes, I'm talking YouTube. Yes, I'm talking mystery shopping. Yes, I'm talking charging these people for your work and not just doing it for free because you want to build the portfolio. You have to believe in yourself. God created you. You are worthy. You can do it. You can win. And at some point, when you stop doing stuff for free, you can start to put a value on the work that you do. So 2020 is all about that for me. I'm not going to sit here and name like all the things that I want to accomplish. Unless y'all want to hear it, I'd be happy to come back. But my top 3 is just really maintaining my peace, maintaining my health, being consistent in the things that I want. So I have my calendar. I'm going to be writing down my wins, big and small, and every month writing down goals on that calendar so that when the year is done, I can flip back through and see where I was in January, where I ended in December, and how great I did with staying the course. I want to lose 60 pounds this year. I realize that if I start now, 60 divided by 12 is only 5 pounds a month. That's a very doable thing if I work towards it every day. I want to be more frugal and planful, so I've started doing cash envelopes for my miscellaneous things and the bills that come up as well. And I've started writing down my budget and seeing where my numbers are so that when I go out and about, I'm not just swiping a card for the cause. So I'm really looking forward to my travel this year. I'm looking forward to my YouTube growth. I'm looking forward to my weight loss and health successes. And I'm looking forward to achieving with you all. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope that this was inspiring or resonated. Let's talk in the comments down below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.